Many of our friends and neighbors were without power for several days, and we have a lot of elderly residents in our community who are unable to manage or even start a generator. Our state also shared a few tips, including telling people to use a generator, but to only use it outdoors and away from windows. That's why we agreed to do an honest review in exchange for them sending us this power station. It listed so many benefits over all of the others out there that we just had to try it out.
Look what just came today. Heavy.
This is an Anker SOLIX F3800 portable power station. This is the third portable power station that we're reviewing, but this one
changes everything.
Welcome to our channel. I'm Kathy, and my husband Rich and I are building a homestead and living off-grid here in the Adirondack Mountains of New York State. That means we provide 100% of our own power and have extensive experience with the many ways that power can be provided, such as generators, batteries, inverters, and solar panels. And today we want to share a new, super simple way that you can provide enough power to get you through an outage that requires no fuel, no maintenance, no smell, and no safety hazards. In fact, this portable power station has so much energy, we're giving it to our friend Mike to go off the grid to power his entire tiny home using his own solar panels.
We're going off the grid.
So many wires.
So many wires, yeah.
What's that little thing down there? Is that a lock on a front wheel? Oh yeah, it has 4 wheels.
Yeah.
Look at that. Is this a handle too? Oh, it is. So 2 people. Yep.
All right, now they're unlocked.
So let's see it wheel around a little bit. Because that's convenient. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. A telescoping handle. I like it.
There you go. That's your easy toe handle. Oh, look at that. It's got the solar PV connections.
Nice. So why does this change everything?
Because not only does it have your standard 120 volt output, but it also has 240 volt output. So it's dual purpose. And every other unit that we've seen so far has only had the basic 120. It also has, packed inside this case, a 6,000 watt inverter, which makes this capable of true home backup in case of an emergency. The battery in this thing is huge compared to all the other units we've looked at. It's 3,800 watt hours, and it's expandable. It can truly provide backup power for more than one item in your whole house in an emergency situation.
We also chose to get the transfer switch because this actually allows the power station to be permanently connected to your house as backup instead of an outdoor generator. Because the power station has a lithium iron phosphate battery, it can be stored indoors where there's less chance of neighbors knowing you have it and less chance of theft. And it has its own circuit breakers, so you can pick and choose what you're going to run using this because it only has a 25 amp capability.
This button has a little display which will light up the display for you. 81% charged. Right now it's charging at 1702 watts. It'll take a half an hour to fully charge.
So it has a little fan. As it's charging, you can hear that sound of the fan. It's not loud.
No, it's a quiet mode. You can see the batteries are at 100%. This little air filter thing is running off the side, and it's drawing 42 watts. And if it was just this unit on high, it would last 1.4 days.
Oh, it's a beautiful day today, and we are on the road to Mike's house. He can hook it up and power his entire tiny house. And we just thought we would talk about a test that Rich did using some power tools.
All right, let's take this thing out and do a few tests. So this unit has a 6,000 watt inverter. So I thought maybe a nice little test would be to run a couple of these big power tools. So we have the table saw and the chop saw. Anybody that's watched any of our videos knows that we've had a lot of trouble with this big chop saw back here, shutting down our inverter. So let's see what happens with this thing. On the side here is how we turn on the AC power supply. There you go, a couple of clicks there. The unit is turned on. Let's see what happens. All right, well that worked. So I did run 2 high amp draw machines at the same time, and this thing handled it no problem.
Transferring vehicles because of the mud.
Going off the grid, Kathy.
There's the tiny house and the solar panels. Awesome. Oh, wow. This is perfect. Oh, I love the windows.
So this is a neat little house though, man. I like it.
It's beautiful.
I was curious about that. So when they sell these transfer switch kits,
Yeah.
they, as for like you can buy them just for a regular generator, they come with an outdoor box. It specifically says on it, not for indoor use. So with this, that means you can put it in a regular 4-square box and mount it inside. Or obviously that would be, you're gonna put that outside. So
Right.
that's cool.
And this will be good because you got a tiny house, right? And this is going to fit in a tiny space, man. I mean, you got a lot of power in just a small area.
Yeah.
We got everything we need except for the XT60 adapters, right?
Yep. So that'll just plug into an end like this, which will just plug into the solar array directly. So this is gonna be a little bit unconventional the way I have it set up because I have an outdoor panel at my place. So it's a little bit different than most people would see it in their house, but still all code compliant.
If the batteries were dead and you needed power,
Right.
what would you do? You would hook it into a gas-powered generator.
Yeah, a gas-powered generator. Simply just unplug this cord from the Anker and plug it into your portable generator with a 50 amp plug.
Right,
so that's universal, the same size as they put on like a Westinghouse 50 amp rated generator. Plug it in and you're good to go.
So you're okay with yours will do that, or do you need some kind of adapter?
No, that'll work.
Yeah,
yeah,
right, good.
The manual transfer switch is used for mostly if you have grid power. You open it up. There's some switches in here. Generator offline. So the generator would be powered from the Anker. So if you want to power it from the Anker, you just flip the switches up. If you want to go back to your grid power, just flip it to line.
In your case, it'll be solar.
Right, so in solar, we're just going to run it on the generator all the time.
All right.
And then if we want to shut any circuits off, we just turn them off. We're not going to be using the line side. Now if I go the route of putting a standby generator in, I will be using both functions here. So the solar will be tied into the line, and then the generator will be tied into the generator. So you can't backfeed the solar from the portable generator.
Cool.
Yeah, pretty cool system. Makes it quite easy for any homeowner to use. The main panel, an outdoor panel.
Okay, and you put the transfer switch.
Transfer switch needs to be in and out. So they make an outdoor one of these. You can actually buy it, but being that they gave us this one, so I want to use it.
Okay, and you just had that box already?
Yeah.
It fit in there perfect.
Yeah, it fit like a glove. When they sell you this, it comes with this little door. This comes off, and then that outlet they give you actually screws in here. So this can just go on here, and you plug your cord into it.
Okay.
It's inside your house.
But you're not in the house.
Right, I don't have this inside or anywhere to put it. So I mounted the outlet remotely inside.
Okay.
We should mention that our friend Mike here is a licensed electrician.
Yes.
Okay.
So these are also Reliance switch. This is for outdoor use. So the one they give you is for indoor use. It's basically the same plug. So when you're doing a portable generator, this is what you would mount out here. Plug your generator into. This gets wired into here. Same thing as using the Anker system. So I'll eventually put this on so I can plug a portable generator into it.
As a backup in case you don't have enough solar power for the day?
So that generator is only 120 volts. The system is now going to be split phase.
Okay.
So we will not be able to use that anymore.
So the portable power station that we brought, I can't get the words out, the portable power station that we brought is actually better than even your regular generator.
Right.
For so many
this
reasons.
Will not allow you to have 240 volts. Plenty of power for what we're powering in this.
Okay.
LED and everything's gas.
So really the only basic mod he did to that is just extend that wire so he could have that socket that they gave us in an indoor location.
Yep.
And it's safe for indoors because it's a lithium iron phosphate battery, which doesn't off gas or anything.
Exactly.
But I really like the looks of the whole setup with that switch because it has all individual breakers. It came with all the wires to it.
So easy.
You know.
And then if you want to use different breakers, you just take them out and put different breakers in.
Now, did you choose what each circuit is for? Like a regular circuit panel?
Yeah, so basically this has 8 circuits and I think I have 8 total in there. So it actually works out perfect. First thing we're going to do is get rid of this portable generator hookup. We don't need that anymore.
No more gas.
Yeah.
Gas powered generators.
No smelliness, no loud.
No noise.
Yeah. So being that this system doesn't have utility power or anything, there's not really anything main to shut off here.
Yeah.
There's no main breaker needed really because there's nothing to shut off. So everything's going to just be ran through the transfer switch from its own breakers. So that's just going to come out.
So you could theoretically hook this whole system up at a regular house that's connected to the grid and run your refrigerator full time off of solar.
Exactly. Yep.
And lower your electric bill.
Right. So
because it has a pretty big inverter built into it already.
Yeah, that's the game changer.
Which changes everything.
So I'll just go over what we have for circuits here. Basically, you just have living room lights, living room outlets. We have the upstairs, the outlet by the door, which we can just tie into the living room outlets. We have a mini split circuit, which we won't be using right now as the mini split's not hooked up. We have a washer circuit, small appliance 1, small appliance 2, and then your bathroom.
Sounds good.
So nothing crazy going on, but
basic essentials.
Basic essentials. Coming over here, these are all labeled in alphabetical order, A, B, C, D, E, F. We will not be using this double 30. We don't have a double 30 appliance. You can swap that out for single breakers if you need more space, but we don't need it here, so we can just leave that off. So we'll start working on this from C to J, and that'll cover all our circuits.
Is anything 240?
Not here.
Not here, okay.
Yeah.
Just curious.
Not yet anyways.
What would be 240?
If I had a 240 mini split.
Okay.
So we'll just, right away, we can take away this wire, this red wire, this is A. Just cap it. Yeah.
That's awesome the way everything is all labeled, man.
Yep. And then you just find the black wire to match it. Black wire A.
Yep.
Just cap that as well.
Yep.
So we're not using the A circuit.
So yeah.
So we're not using these ones here. So we can just take those right out of the way.
So many wires.
So many wires, yeah.
Mike did our solar system for us at our
My
house.
first off-grid experience, so.
And you liked it so much, you're doing
so
it.
much, I'm doing it myself. So.
You got hooked on the solar. It does have its applications,
Yeah,
you know.
that big storm
And we
last
were on.
week, everybody
We
by us
never
was out of
missed a
power.
beat.
No, we didn't.
All we did was hear trees falling down.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
woods.
Yeah, we did.
See, a good apprentice always knows a little bit what's going to happen next when the master is working. Like, I know he's getting ready to strip some wires, so I'm standing by with the tool in my hand that strips those wires.
Yeah.
So I can easily just hand it off to him.
I know what you're insinuating, and I really don't think it's funny.
All it is time.
And money. However, I think the cost of it outweighs what a generator would need. Like a generator like this one here, you have to maintain it.
Right.
Yeah, you got to do your oil changes.
Oil changes. You also have to get fuel for it. And,
Yep.
you know, when the trees were down last week with that big windstorm, people couldn't even get to town.
Oh, yeah.
Or when you go to town and you find out that half the town is dead, right? Out of
Yeah,
power.
and
then
they
you can't pump
the
gas.
gas.
This keeps you away from all the crazy people out there.
Yeah, just stay home, stay safe, and stay quiet because it's so nice
Stay
to have.
off the grid.
Stay off the grid, yeah.
Your red wire goes to your breaker, your black wire just gets tied to the branch or two. So.
I need an eternity. So tell me and be honest. Tell me, did you know that you would be leaving me just like the winter snow? Tell me
My foot's stuck in the mud. I like that little handle that pops out on the bottom.
It does make it nice.
All right, so there it goes in the tiny house.
Yep. So it's gonna go right under the stairs there. So first thing we're gonna do,
Let's plug that in.
we're gonna plug it in. So they give you this nice cord with it, plenty long enough to go
Yeah.
basically anywhere you need it to. So we're 98% charged. We're live, so we just go outside and flip the transfer switch on.
There you go.
Good to go.
Well,
It works.
oh yay!
This changes everything, Kathy.
Yes, it does, Richie.
We got power in a nice little box.
Look at that.
Fridge is running, lights are on.
How much are you using in this house?
Let's see what it's running. Yeah, when it's pulling.
So I'm guessing, let's say 3 amps.
Is that what you think?
Yeah.
You guess?
Does that show amps or wattage?
Well, it shows you're using nothing though. You're using 174 watts right now.
And how many hours can that run for on that draw?
It says 15.4. It shows good appliances. It's cool that it has that little pull-out handle though on the bottom.
All right, you can see it's there running the fridge. All right, I just opened the fridge a couple times to get the compressor to actually cycle on. It draws 67 watts. All right, let's try a few other appliances. Let's see what kind of wattage it pulls now. Pulling about 1200 watts. How about a toaster? Pulling 2000 watts. Of course, you're not going to run these things constantly. They're only going to run for a few minutes. Stuff like the fridge, which draws almost nothing, could run for a couple of days.
In a true emergency, you would really want to use the power for essential appliances such as the refrigerator, a freezer, maybe a sump pump. You have health issues, would run the oxygen machine or a CPAP machine. If it's really hot, you could run an air conditioner, or if it's really cold, you could run heat.
Well, this would be one of the essentials that you're going to want to use. Combi boiler setup. And this unit over here is a ERV unit. All right, I don't know if you could hear it, but it's booting up. The ventilation system is actually working also. The two of these units together only use 291 watts. Again, these units are not going to be on 24 hours, but if you ran them constantly, you would get 9.3 hours out of them. Now we're going to go one step further and we're going to plug in the solar panels, right? To see
To get it charging. What's really cool is that this can be charged with up to 2,400 watts
Yeah.
of solar.
Of solar.
All the other batteries we've looked at so far can only handle 400
Yeah.
watts.
Very small amount.
So this is huge, and it charges so fast with the solar.
So the fact that the solar panels can charge this thing faster than a regular wall outlet changes everything.
That it can handle that much solar changes everything.
Yeah.
So basically what you did is you took all your solar panels and you ran them through this charge controller using it like a transformer.
Yeah, basically just to drop the
To drop the voltage to an acceptable voltage for this machine.
Because this machine can only handle 60 volts.
It's pulling in like 164 watts. Oh
No,
wait,
we're pulling
600, almost 700 watts, right?
Yeah, we're pulling in 700 watts.
0.3 hours.
That can't be right. Oh, till it's fully charged.
Yeah.
So it's actually charging the
And
unit and powering the house, and
So-
in 0.3 hours it'll be fully charged.
yes, that's awesome.
That is awesome. So you're ahead of the game.
It does work, and it works with your own solar panels.
Yes, it does. Of course, if you buy the panels from Anker, it's a much simpler plug and play that anyone can install. So whether you want a permanently wired, quiet, safe, reliable backup, or you want to go off the grid with an RV or tiny home, this portable power station makes it super simple. See you in the next video.